Welcome back to the 30-Day Manifestation Meditation Challenge. This is day 23 of the challenge, and my name is Erica Laura Lynn Johnson, and I will be your meditation guide throughout this challenge. No doubt you have manifested some awesome things into your life during this 30-Day Manifestation Challenge, and we would love to hear about it in the official Manifesting Through Meditation Facebook group. So be sure to check the description for the link and join the rest of us in the group. Over the next 30 days, we will be practicing a 3-part meditation. In this 3-part series, each day we will go through all 3 parts of the meditation. This meditation is adapted from the Japa meditation by the late Wayne Dyer. In the first phase of the meditation, we will focus on the specific thing that we would like to manifest. And as we focus on and imagine that specific thing in our minds, we will chant the sound awe. The sound awe is a sound that will allow you to manifest your desires. It is also the sound of the name of the divine. And as we chant the sound awe, it will allow us to tap into or tune into the creative forces within us so as to be able to manifest what it is that we would like to see in our physical realities. After we have manifested our desire, we have it firmly in our mind, we will then shift into the second part of this meditation. And in this part is where we are grateful for having manifested our desire. And as we sit in gratitude for the thing that we are manifesting, and we are feeling as if we already have that thing, we will be chanting the sound of gratefulness, which is Om. And finally, once we have sat in gratefulness, we will move into the third and final phase of the meditation, in which we let go and we allow ourselves to be calm and peaceful, knowing that we have manifested our desires into the spiritual realm and we have received those things. It is a matter of bringing them into our physical reality. And during this phase of the meditation is when we simply clear our minds of everything. And we allow a peaceful, calm knowing that we have already received whatever it is that we desire. So as you get into a comfortable position, I find it's most comfortable to simply sit upright in our bed with my legs stretched out, so I'm not sitting cross-legged, but just having them extended out in front of me. I'm just sitting with the pillow underneath to where I'm slightly elevated. But whatever is comfortable for you, whether you're sitting in a chair, sitting in the bed, sitting on the floor, just whatever will be comfortable for you as you begin to chant these sounds with me. So as we begin, I'd like for you to just close your eyes and begin to focus on whatever it is that you would like to manifest. Bring into your mind, imagine, or visualize whatever it is that you would like to manifest in a really clear image in your mind. And as we begin, hold that image in your mind as we chant the sound awe. Now that we've manifested this special thing into our reality, now is the time for us to feel grateful for having done so. And just allow gratitude to fill you up, whatever that feels like for you, when you're just extremely thankful and grateful for having received something. Allow that feeling to completely overwhelm you. And don't be alarmed if it feels so overwhelming that it moves you to tears. This is actually a good thing, because we all know that there are moments when we are just so happy and so thankful that all we can do is cry. Just allow yourself this moment to feel completely and utterly grateful for having manifested your desire. And as we sit in this feeling of gratitude and thankfulness, we will now chant the sound of gratefulness, which is Om. 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 In this final part of the meditation, we want to simply clear our minds of everything. One thing that I like to do is I like to, kiss my hand and like I was going to blow a kiss to someone. And so what I do is I kiss my hand and I imagine the desire that I have that I've manifested, and I imagine it sitting on the tips of my fingers. And then I blow, like I'm blowing a kiss to someone, I blow that out into the universe. And I just allow it to go, and I just let it go. And I allow the feeling of peacefulness and calm to come over me. And it is in this phase of the meditation that we want to make sure that our minds and our hearts are united in thought and feeling, so that we are both thinking and feeling in unity with our desire, with what we have manifested. And we allow ourselves to be peaceful and to feel calm. So whatever that feels like for you, allow yourself to feel that now. Just peaceful and calm. That inner knowing that your desire has already been manifested and that you have already received it. And so while we hold that feeling within our bodies, we now will chant the sound of peace and calm, which is Shalom. And once we get through the chanting of this phase, you can simply lay down and allow yourself to go to sleep. If you were doing this before bed, if you were doing this in the morning, you can simply get up and go about your day. Either way, whether you are getting up and going about your day, or you are doing this before bed and you're going to sleep, just maintain that peacefulness throughout the day. or throughout the night until we meet again for the next day. I look forward to reading and hearing about your success with this meditation as we progress through the next 30 days. I would really appreciate it and would enjoy knowing and hearing of all the wonderful things that you have manifested while doing this meditation. With that being said, this is Erica Laura Lynn Johnson. Let's go ahead and chant the sound of peace. Shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, 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 shalom,